Where does Lake Superior water come from, and where does it go?
Excellent question. I'm Ryan Strother giving you the Superior Basin Basics from Minnesota Sea Grant. When the glacier that carved the Lake Superior Basin receded about 10,000 years ago, it filled up the basin with water. Every year, about 1% of that water evaporates and is replenished by the Lake Superior water cycle.
So imagine the flow of the river in Minneapolis, the Mississippi River. Imagine that volume of water continuously leaving the surface of Lake Superior. And on average, that's how much water is leaving the lake through evaporation.
You might think that most of Lake Superior's evaporation happens during the hot summer months, and that the biggest source of water back to the lake are the streams and rivers that feed it. But surprisingly, that isn't the case.
Most folks would think that it would be in the summer when it's hot and humid and those sorts of things, but for the same reason that you get chapped lips and cracked skin in the wintertime, most of the evaporation happens in the colder months, November, December, and January in particular, when the air is really, really dry, and that sucks moisture off the lake. If you've ever seen on those really cold days what looks like smoke coming off of Lake Superior, that's evaporation that you're actually visibly seeing. There's one source of water to the lake, and that's precipitation, but it falls in kind of two places, and those are usually differentiated. You can think of all of the rain and the snow that falls directly on the lake. That is in itself the biggest source of water to Lake Superior, the water that just falls directly onto the lake itself. It's such a huge lake that turns out to be a huge part of its water budget. The other part is runoff, water that flows in through the streams and the rivers all the way around the lake. So those are really the two sources. It all starts as precipitation. Some of it falls right on the lake, and some of it runs across the land first and drains through our rivers and streams and then down into Lake Superior.
For more Superior science, visit seagrant.umn.edu.